Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to the fastest growing sports gambling podcast in the tri-state area. We got AA Anthony Alessino. We got the graduate Brian Castiglione. And my name, as always, is James Hawkinjoes. And this is Parlay-Vous. Yo, what up? It's week 9. Got the full squad today. Unfortunately, I know you guys don't like when I use my bit about the Jets sometimes because they're the Jets. But the last 2 weeks haven't been that great, right? It's been pretty boring, the games, for the most part.
Yeah.
Few good games here and there, but mostly a lot of blowouts. Mike fucking White, dude. That's my guy. Mike White is my guy. Mike White, obviously, if you watched the game, you saw first 400-yard passing game from a New York Jet since the year 2000 when the great Vinny Testaverde did it. A lot of people were saying, what was different about the offense? It couldn't have just been Mike White, right? Here's what happened. LaFleur called plays from the booth for the first time all year. Because, and this isn't a direct quote, but I'm paraphrasing, but this is what I read. Mike White doesn't need to speak to him between series like Zach does.
That's interesting.
Shut the fuck up.
That's
dude.
very
Swear to
interesting.
God, dude.
Shut up. Shut up. You're not going to start the show like that.
Mike
He's
White
not-
just
yeah,
comes
yeah,
out and he's got the playbook.
All
No,
right.
it's-
So then that's it, dude. Zach Wilson, see you later.
I
Give
don't
us a
know.
fir- give
us a
I
what it
guess
might
we're
be.
gonna find out on Thursday, right? Because if he comes out and burns down the house again, now we have a real problem on our hands for Zach
No,
Wilson.
you guys got a real problem on your hands.
But I'm not done with the
Okay,
Mike
okay.
White. Just about 20 years ago, give or take a few weeks, Mo Lewis of the New York Jets knocked out Drew Bledsoe. Enter late-round draft pick Tom Brady. 2 weeks ago, Matthew Judon of the New England Patriots knocked out Zach Wilson. Enter Mike fucking White, dude. Is this the second coming?
I mean,
Is 20 years
the
later?
safe answer is no. Like, you know, like.
Also, Mike White and his wife went out to dinner last night to celebrate, and he paid for the meal. What a guy!
I don't even know where the relevance is.
I
at.
sure would hope so.
Nobody in North Jersey recognized who he was.
Oh.
Like no one
All right.
A reporter asked him this. They asked him in practice today, did anyone offer to pay the meal? He was like, no.
No, dude. Not even my wife. All right. So here's what I'll say, because this is insane. This is an insane intro.
Mike White, baby.
Someone put a bet Mike White's going to have the most passing yards this week. He's got Patrick Mahomes and Daniel Jones to beat. He is leading. 408, right? 408?
405. I think.
405. All right. They bet $1,000 on it to win $125,000. So, can take the cash out? I don't know. I don't know what the cash out is on it, but I got to be honest.
You don't take the cash.
You don't take the cash out. You take Mahomes over 405 yards.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same.
Or
Yeah.
take Mahomes. But it's going to be plus. Take Mahomes over 400 yards. So if Mahomes somehow ends up in between 400 and 405, you win them both. That's fucked up. But you got to think ahead. You
That's
got to be
gambling
smarter.
chess.
Yeah, but
That's
whatever.
gambling chess.
Mike White, he looked great. He looked great. I don't know what I fear. I fear for everybody, all the Jet fans. I fear for you guys if he gets it done Thursday night. I'm scared about it.
Oh man, we have
Because
you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks. Everyone knows.
No, because if he shows out, rumors are gonna fly, dude.
Well, here's the thing: is Zach probably needs to sit anyway, so I don't necessarily know. Here's where it becomes the problem: is the 6th round pick for Joe Flacco.
Nah.
Because now you don't need Joe Flacco.
Say Zach Wilson's ready in 2 weeks, so he misses this week and he misses next week, right? And the Jets turn around and they're 2-1, and the game they lost was a Thursday night game. I don't know. It's feeling kind of weird.
Let me ask you something. Both of you, has Zach Wilson looked ready at all at any point all season?
For certain drives and series, he hasn't been able to put a complete game together. Nonetheless, I don't think a complete half, but he's put together some solid throws, some solid drives.
He's put
where I was
together
like, all right,
moments,
cool.
but
yeah,
he largely hasn't looked ready to play.
That's exactly what I was going to say. There's moments where you're like, this is here.
but
But
everybody said Justin Fields had his moment last night, like that play, like,
rush.
and his game. Well, the rush was phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, but he had his game, and I don't know if that was his breakout. Like he didn't throw for 200 yards.
No.
So it's like what? Like I don't know.
Dude, Bears fans, much like New York Jets fans, are desperate to have their guy.
Yeah, so it's like what's a breakout anymore? You know what I mean? But I will say this, it's Monday, right? And it's week 9, so it's a special trade deadline edition. We could call it, right?
Well, the trade deadline's tomorrow.
Right, but it's
So-
still a trade deadline show, right? Yeah, we call it trade.
I
Deadline.
mean, I guess.
Von
We can
Miller's
speculate.
move to
Yeah.
the Rams. I feel good about it. I would feel. Well, tell them what the odds are. On
Rams Super Bowl odds, I placed it as soon as I found out that they traded Von Miller. So I don't know if it's changed since then. Plus 650.
yeah. So I've been putting a lot of thought into it, and I'm like, you know what? I put $1,000 into a stock before. Why not? Why not put 1,000 or 2,000 down? What's the worst that could happen? Their title odds are 11 right now, and I can't imagine them not going to the NFC. So I spoke about it with some guys today at work, and we this is what we determined. You got to beat 2 or 3, right? You got to beat 2 or 3. The Packers, the Cardinals, the Buccaneers. I think they can beat 2 of those 3 to get to the Super Bowl, right? And then in the AFC, I mean, no one's running away with it. If the Bengals were the number 1 seed as of last week,
The AFC
They
is
were.
a shit show. They
Right.
were the number
They
one
were.
seed.
They were.
and they lost to Mike White and the Jets, Mike White could turn around in Thursday and be a disaster. And then I'm nervous for the Bengals. So I don't know. I'm like, who's there? But that's whatever. I think the addition of Von Miller, big time. I think they're front runners by far. And I would even, and I know it's gonna sound stupid, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, the odds for the Chiefs. I'm gonna pull up the odds for the Chiefs. Brian, what you got anything to say?
I mean, the only other big headline that we really didn't hit was Derrick Henry
Oh.
getting hurt. I'm sure it hurts the Titans' odds. I didn't check it, to be honest, but
Bringing in Adrian Peterson,
I-
though.
right,
Summoned him
but
to the
Wow.
practice squad
but I
today.
feel like the big thing is, and we've talked about it before, like Derrick Henry can literally change the pace of a game in one play, and I think it's a big part of the offense with the Titans, and I feel like AP is not gonna.
We're gonna find
It's
something.
not gonna come
We're
close.
gonna find something out about Ryan Tannehill, though, right?
That's how I feel. I feel like
We're
it's
find
gonna.
something
It
out about
has to
Ryan
happen.
Tannehill.
So they're the Chiefs Super Bowl odds is plus 1,200. So they're a little less than double the Rams. But I just feel like that's
I
too
feel
high. It's too
super
low.
broke. I didn't even think twice about placing the bet.
No, I'm saying I thought about a backdoor placement of the Chiefs just to see if they get it together. But it would have to be plus 2,000 for me to do it. You know what I mean? Plus 1,200 is not going to cut it. Green Bay sits at plus 700. The Bills are at 475.
I think the Bills are still gonna get it together. I mean,
Yeah.
offensively, they've been down across the board since last year. So far this season, and the defense is just that much better.
And the Bengals. Want to guess the Bengals number?
Plus 550.
Plus 550. What do you
Really?
got?
What is it for odds to make the Super Bowl?
To
win.
win the Super
To
Bowl.
win the Super Bowl.
If the Chiefs are 1,200
Uh,
and the Rams are 650.
and you think they're going to be plus 550?
No, he says plus 550. What do you say?
I have no. I guess plus 600. I can't imagine.
I think they got to be worse than the Rams, but I know the number. I think they would. I would have put it somewhere around 1,000. It's 4,500.
4,500.
I was originally going to say 1,600, but I felt like that was way too.
So that's 100 to win 45. I don't know, man. That's all right. Whatever.
Touch on the Von Miller thing. They gave away 2022 second and third round picks. Now, don't have a first, don't have a second, don't have a third. You don't pick until the fourth round. Von Miller is in a contract year, and Denver paid 9.7 out of the roughly 20 million left that he was owed. So they paid half of that money just so the Rams could afford him. If he's looking to command another $17 million a year contract, you can't bring him back. So it's a Super Bowl or bust now, right?
Yes,
You don't have.
but it's a good move.
no good move, but it's just like we're throwing fucking draft picks away like it doesn't matter. And if you win, it doesn't matter. But if you don't, it's gonna be a huge
I think it's a great
indictment on
move.
Sean
See,
McVay.
football is different because in baseball draft picks or whatever, there's a million rounds. You can, I mean, how many people get drafted? And in basketball, it's the exact opposite, where like a late first round pick in like I'm talking from 26 up, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter. Not that
No.
it doesn't matter, but like it's just so rare. You know what I mean? That you hit on somebody that they become a superstar. In the NFL, a third-round pick can easily become a superstar. A lot of running backs are in the third round.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson was in the third round. Like, that it happens.
And first-round picks hit at like a 50% clip.
Right, but you can find that value late. So I don't know. I mean, obviously to win now, obviously they think they have every single piece they need. Dude, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, all in the same. That's like, I feel like I'm playing Madden.
Right.
Scary.
How are you going to take care of Donald and Von Miller?
You're not.
You know,
How are you going to
And-
do that? There's
not.
no
and
way.
with Watt getting hurt,
Because you're already doubling
I mean,
Donald.
You're putting yourself in
know?
a situation where it's like Cooper Kupp is almost set to shatter every receiving record that there ever was. So,
No, the way you got to try to beat that is to put 5 guys wide and get guys the ball in space fast. Like from snap to release has got to be under 2.5.
yeah,
seconds.
but you understand, you're talking about how to stop the Rams defense.
yeah,
You still got to turn around and stop the Rams offense, which,
yeah.
I think, I also heard, totally not related to this, but it popped in my head, I need to say it. The Texans want to build around Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, they
Fuck,
said
that's
that yesterday.
amazing.
That's great news.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's
Isn't he
great
like
news.
28?
Yeah,
We're going to build around a 28-year-old receiver who has been hopped around everywhere.
he's been on.
Who's
million
probably ready
teams.
to leave himself.
Who's probably ready. If he got
Yeah.
traded, he would be crying to tears
If
of
he
joy.
wound up back on the Saints like Mark Ingram did, then he'd be. Well,
Big
maybe
trust.
not now.
They trust
Now
me.
that Jameis is hurting, but yeah.
It's funny. We were talking last night, and after you guys left, and me and my dad, and he was like, "You think they give Breeze a call?"
No chance.
And
I don't
said-
think so.
I said that'd be some fucking story.
Yeah.
While we're talking about the Saints, did not call Cam Newton. Reported did not.
Wow.
No interest in Cam.
No, I wouldn't have called
Which
Cam.
means no one does.
I wouldn't have called Cam.
If the Saints aren't calling Cam, no one was calling
I
Cam.
want
Damn.
Iguodala. No, I don't. I want.
Come on, Brandon.
I'm a little nervous. Do you think they'll make the call to?
No. I think Drew probably wakes up for the first time in a long time and feels good in the morning.
No, you think they'll make the call to Colin Kaepernick?
Oh, no.
Not after the docu-series. That's it, dude. Come on, you can't be doing.
Oh,
that.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah, I'm not. We can't get into it here. We get sued. But it was just. It's tough.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you just
Basically, I'm
I
not
think you
gonna
just
give
have
my.
to go
I'm
with-
not gonna give my opinion. I'm just gonna tell you what happens. He makes a short video and he basically likens the NFL draft process to slavery.
Yeah, I've heard him say that before.
But he like shows it in like detail where it looks like these
Oh.
guys are being brought up on chains and being like evaluated based off of like their. And it's just it I get it, but like I'm not gonna give my opinion on it.
Right.
But they get the slaver like slaves. They didn't get paid to play
we're-
football.
Yeah.
So whatever. We're not gonna-
I think they roll with Taysom Hill anyway.
no.
Why?
No.
What else? Are they,
Taysom
what are they going to
Hill's
do? They're
hurt.
going to
No.
go with. Oh yeah, you're right.
Even
No,
when he comes
he's right,
back,
he's right.
Even when he comes back, they cannot roll with him.
Let me. They're
Why
gonna-
wouldn't they roll
they're-
with him though?
they're
Trevor
gonna-
Siemian.
Because Trevor Siemian's a better passer.
They
Yeah.
have to.
Has there been a better coach in the last 10 years with backups than Sean Payton?
Yeah, I guess not. I mean,
Not really. No.
I think they're probably a
Unless you
little-
count Rob Saleh, dude.
I feel bad for Jameis.
Rob Sala.
I feel
Salah.
really bad for Jameis.
What happened? Do we know?
Torn ACL.
Tore
Tore
ACL.
his
He's done for
ACL.
the season. It's
Probably,
tough.
It's probably for a career.
What? You think
Probably don't. I mean,
You think
unless
so?
the Saints are gonna be like, yeah, we'll pay you and keep you around.
it's dude? That's sad shit. If that's the case.
I think it's also over.
Damn, dude, that sucks.
And I
Yeah.
think
I
that
really-
probably puts the Saints right in discount double check territory.
So you think Jameis is just a
Stop.
career backup for the rest of the year?
I don't
Probably
think.
for
I
the
don't
rest of the year.
think.
For the rest of his career is what I meant to say.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers goes anywhere that is anything remotely similar to Green Bay, in the sense that right now he's got Devontae Adams, and then we're gonna kind of piece the rest together. Now Robert Tonyan out for the year with a torn ACL.
Yep.
I don't think he's gonna leave Green Bay to go to the Saints, where he's got Michael Thomas, and we're gonna piece all these pieces together.
Yeah.
He's got Aaron Jones. Well, you got Alvin Kamara. I feel like we're just the Spider-Man meme. You know what I mean? I feel like he goes somewhere where, like Denver, weapons.
I was gonna say
where he's like, oh, Judy, Tim Patrick, KJ Hamler,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton.
Been all over.
I mean-
KJ Hamler ACL.
Right, you're right.
Been all over this though. We
Yeah.
talked about this
I
a
was
few
gonna
weeks
say,
ago.
yeah.
I've been all over.
But
the
if
Denver thing.
you're right,
But-
and Devontae comes and it's Devontae and Michael Thomas, fine, you can have it. But I don't think they have the salary cap.
What
for that.
about Rodgers stays?
Okay, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, why wouldn't, as an athlete, I would I would want to spend my entire career with one team. I understand that you feel like some sort of slight towards them. I understand that. I'm not blaming Aaron Rodgers at all. I agree with Aaron Rodgers that they didn't put the talent that they needed to put around him. And I'm not even talking about Jordan Love or A.J. Dillon because they say, oh, A.J. Dillon, they took him early, but they had Aaron Jones. No, fine. Take A.J. Dillon. I think he's great. Take Jordan Love. I think he'll be good. I just think that from a perspective of like free agency, they could have done more. Like, you know what I mean? You take the guys you want in the draft, but then in free agency, you have to.
He needs
do
a wide
something.
receiver too.
Here's
he needs
the problem.
What? Let me just say this. What would Kenny Galladay do to that team?
Kenny Galladay would probably make them incredible.
I was going to say
That's
he'd
what I'm
probably
saying.
light it up.
And why not? Like, because it was a cap issue, fine, but like make it work.
Let me just counter you quick, all right? Because a couple of years ago, for the bulk of Rodgers' prime, like his prime since his Super Bowl win, a lot of the people who are Rodgers supporters, you point to all of these playoff games and NFC Championship games, I think at least one time, where Rodgers goes down, scores the go-ahead, and then the defense gives up a silly drive with anywhere from 45 seconds to 90 seconds left on the clock, and they lose, and it's on the defense. And now Rodgers, his legacy gets tarnished. So what do they go out and do 2-3 off seasons ago? Spend $200 million on the defense. They got Preston Smith. They got Zadarius Smith. They drafted Rashawn Gary high. They have Kenny Clark, who gets paid a lot of money. Mm-hmm. They have Jair Alexander, first-round pick, who's top 5 corner in the league right now. Darnell Savage, first-round pick. They went out there and fixed the defense, and now there's no resources left for the offense.
I mean, listen, we're not GMs, so there's a balance. But you didn't bring back Ha Clinton Dix, right? You didn't bring back who was the other guy? Oh, the offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman.
Yeah, they
Balaga.
didn't bring him back. They didn't bring back a linebacker, right? From last year.
But also during the season, they picked up who's the Cowboy linebacker who got cut? Jalen Smith. They picked him up, and someone else on defense. I believe it was a defensive player.
This will forever be the age old tale, right? Whether does Aaron Rodgers deserve say in who he brings, who they bring in, or who they keep, or who they go after? That's the age-old question that everybody debates about, everybody has a problem with, or whatever, feels one way or another, right?
Well, I guess it depends, right? Because this was a deal with the Brady thing. But Brady, purposely said when he signed his contract, I'm going to take less money so you guys can make the team better. And then you can't tangibly show me how the team has gotten better. Brady, I feel had a right to it because they had an unwritten agreement. I'm going to take $20 million a year instead of $30 million a year, so that way we can make the team better.
Okay.
But then here we are 3 years later. There's all the receivers suck his last couple of years. There's no weapons. You can't tangibly show me where my extra $10 million a year for the last 10 years has gone. So I feel like Brady had a right.
So Brady signs with Tampa Bay, right? We're gonna do your basic on the scale of 1 to 10 because it seems the best way to do things. On a scale of 1 to 10, what influence did he have on bringing in Rob Gronkowski? 1 being no influence at all, he just luck of the draw. 10 being the sole reason why that happened was because Tom Brady said it needs to happen.
10.
9?
D's. That's French for 10.
Yeah, Diaz.
Okay. Right. Wait.
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
Fournette.
I'm gonna say.
Because if it's over 5, he had a significant influence.
Do you mean in terms of him going and actively making the call, or just if he influenced at all?
If he said,
because I think Leonard Fournette.
Arian,
I think Leonard Fournette was like, "There's a need there. I want to go play with Brady, and I just got cut, and I can." So I think on that side, it's probably a 9. But I don't think Brady sought out Fournette. I think
Fournette, I'm talking Brady saying to Arians, "Yo, we could use a guy like him. Go get him."
4 or 5.
Yeah, I was going to say 4 or 5.
I think it's higher, but that's fine. Antonio Brown.
But it is interesting because there was someone asked Bruce Arians today what the chances are of Ronald Jones getting dealt before the deadline today, and he said it would take I think it was, I don't know the exact quote, but something to the sense of a significant offer. Like it would need to be
running backs you could never
a lot.
do. You
Which
could
is
always have more running
interesting
backs.
because they don't use Ronald Jones. But I
yeah,
guess,
but the day Fournette goes down, they're gonna need him.
I guess that's true.
Giovanni Bernard
is not that
slips
guy
and tweaks his ankle.
Yeah.
I think Bernard's playing more over Rojo.
Antonio
'cause he
Brown.
blocks.
Antonio Brown.
10.
10.
Ten
Yeah,
twice.
yeah, 10 twice. Yeah,
10,
So I'm saying
10 once in New England and then again
right,
in,
and
again in
so you got all this right, and guess who Aaron Rodgers got from Green Bay? Randall Cobb. God bless him. Rob Gronkowski.
Bro, the whole thing was
Uh,
a Band-Aid. The whole
I'm just
thing
saying,
was a Band-Aid.
Rob
He
Gronk-
was
to
like,
make
I
up
want
for it.
Randall Cobb because I like Randall Cobb. So they were like,
And I
all
like
right,
Randall
we'll-
Cobb too, but Randall Cobb is 2021 Randall Cobb
Yeah, it's
is
not.
not 2021 Leonard Fournette, Antonio Brown, and a fun Rob Gronkowski that's in shape and healthy. Well, was healthy before that the rib injury. But like Rob looks good. Antonio Brown looks committed to football again. Like those things, I don't know. I just feel like for your franchise quarterback, at what point do you say, yeah, I want to be there for my career, but at what point are you like, all right, enough's enough? He might be running into that same Tom Brady thing. Show me. So if he leaves, I think he goes somewhere where the talent is there, or they have a say to bring back, hey, this is what I want. I want this guy on a minimum. I want this guy on this.
I'll just say this and then I'll be done before Guess the Lines if Brian, you want to get anything.
The only
else.
thing I want to say real quick, Aaron Rodgers is not going back to Green Bay. That's it. I don't think
So
that happens.
my final
It's
piece
a
on
hot
Aaron
take.
Rodgers to answer kind of your question about what say does he have. I mean, we all know Aaron's a funny dude. He is a pretty charismatic dude. He's got a career either behind a desk or in Hollywood when it's all said and done. He already fucked around with Jeopardy. He does the State Farm commercials. In every other aspect of his professional life outside of quarterbacking the Green Bay Packers, he gets that say. People court him. State Farm court. Oh, we want you. We need you to be our guy still. What do you need to make it happen? Jeopardy. Yeah, come on down, everyone. You know what I'm saying? He gets that coddling and that say and whatever the fuck. And he could be, maybe he's eyeing up a post-football career in Hollywood. But, you know, he's getting that treatment from everyone but the Green Bay Packers in his professional life. So maybe that's why he's starting to feel like, hey, State Farm asked me who I want cooking dinner that day. I may say one word and that guy's there. Like, this happens, that happens. He's like, I'm getting this respect for all these companies I make pennies for in comparison to the Green Bay Packers. Why don't I get that same respect? That's all I have to say on it. Just a thought.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I still think there's a good chance. I'll call it. This is gonna sound weird. A good outside chance he returns to Green Bay. And I think what Devontae Adams does highly reflects that.
I think Adams hasn't signed because he's waiting to see what Aaron does.
Yeah,
But
right.
That's neither here nor there.
All right, we'll go to Guess the Lines. Let me settle in for this. All right, week 9. Here we go. Thursday Night Football, November 4th. Those counting at home. We got, and I'll just say this before I even start. I got a lot of road favorites. Do you guys? Because, Jesus, I'm a little nervous.
I do.
I'm like pretty split.
I have a lot.
I'm nervous. All right, anyway, here we go. The New York Mike Whites at the Indianapolis Colts. There is no way that the Jets are favored in this game. Talk to me nice. I got the Colts minus 4.5, and it's probably should be higher.
Yeah, I mean, despite all the great things I had to say about Mr. White at the start of the show, even if they do show up and compete or possibly win this game, I still think it's going to be bigger than a touchdown. Colts minus 7.5.
I have Colts minus 8.
Ooh.
I got to make a big swing this week. I've been losing pretty bad.
It's like I'm sick of coming under.
Yeah,
Indy minus 10.5.
Yeah, all right, Brian. Minus 10.5 is
Yeah.
crazy. Jets, Glizzy guys.
I didn't think it was that high, clearly. But
See, what's crazy is last week they were 11.5, right? They were
Like
11.5
wake-ups around.
against the top seed Bengals last week, right? Mike White showed he could play ball, and now it's still 10.
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird. I know they're
Yeah.
away on the road, but we're going to go to Sunday. Sunday, November 7th. Here we go. 1 o'clock games. Cleveland Browns reeling, falling apart. Something's got to give. At Cincinnati, just lost to Mike White. Need I say more? Cincinnati is the favorite in this game because they're home. 2.5.
Yeah. Both teams reeling. I got Cincinnati by 4.5 at home.
I have Cleveland at 3.5, to be honest.
Stop it. You said you were going to bring it this week?
I
Who's the favorite? Who's the favorite?
It's probably Cincy.
Cincy,
All right,
2.5.
good. Oh, yes.
There you
That's
go.
a dose points, dude. That's
All
a
right.
dose points. Why do you say that?
Because I don't know. I figured Cincy losing to the Jets. You know what I didn't think about? Cleveland lost to Pittsburgh yesterday. So that probably
listen. If you're gonna tell me Cincinnati's gonna lose 3 straight, I would say okay. I totally believe that division could come down to the last week.
It's a divisional game. Baker's shoulder is a mess. Their
Yeah.
offense is a mess schematically. They need, if the Chiefs or the Patriots or Green Bay needs to call them and say, what's the price for Odell? Because, just get him out of there at this point.
Yeah.
And it's a home game for Cincy, so that's what brought me.
Yeah. I listen, if you want to tell me that that's the Glizzy dog and you want to say that you're going Browns, I would say great pick. I wouldn't, I'm okay with it. I just think they shouldn't be favorites to start at least on Monday. All right, next we got Denver. Just traded Von Miller. They're kind of reeling too. At Dallas, Cooper Rush won last night. They say Dak Prescott's going to be available. He should play. So I got Dallas -6 because I'm not sure if he will.
Yeah, I went with not sure if he will, but I'm not going to be gun shy about it either. First of all, you said a couple of weeks ago Denver said they weren't trading Von Miller or any of their guys because they thought they were going to be able to compete. So trading Von Miller is kind of throwing up the white flag, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
the only reason why I'll say it wasn't because he's a contract year. They start moving guys with years left. I mean, it's over. You know what I mean? It's rebuild now.
Dallas by 6.5, and that was whether Rush
That's
or Dak was
bullshit.
playing.
I did Dallas -5.5.
5.5, 6,
6.5.
6.5.
Dallas 7.5.
Damn.
I'll take the Uno.
Okay.
We were all kind of in that range.
I'm okay with that. Houston will head to Miami. I got to be honest. I hate this game. And I definitely went too high, but Miami being home and the Houston Texans absolutely sucking. I'm going to go Miami -5.5.
Yeah, both these teams not great at football right now. Don't know what's going on. I mean, we know what's going on in Houston. Not sure what's going on in Miami.
I think Brian Flores might lose his job.
I was going to ask you in a later segment if he was on the hot seat,
I think he
but
is.
we'll do that later. What I was getting to is we obviously don't know what's going to happen Tuesday. What I'm assuming is going to happen on Tuesday is Deshaun
Nothing.
is not going to go.
No.
They're going to
Yeah, I
wait
don't
until the
think
end of
so.
this season. So, Miami -2.5.
I went with Miami -3.5.
Miami -7.
Nice.
Damn.
I'll take all of
That seems so high.
It is high, but you can't turn around and say Houston +7. I feel horrible about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. The other thing with Houston is with Deshaun Watson, if the NFL made it easy and came out with the penalty that Watson would face, I think a deal would get done.
That's I don't know if it's in their literature, but that's like a Goodell thing is he doesn't punish anyone until the law punishes them.
Well,
Because there have been
but it's not he's
there have
not
been situations where you suspended people for the season and then they wind up the whole trial goes and they wind up being innocent.
but they're not he wasn't criminally charged, right?
No.
So that's what I'm
No.
saying. It's not even he's not being criminally
No, I
charged.
think there are
But
criminal
whatever.
cases. I don't
Whatever.
even know. The whole
All
thing's
right.
a mess.
We're going to Atlanta. Oh my God, we didn't bring up Calvin Ridley.
Oh, Calvin Ridley's mental health problems out for a few weeks. That's what you're
Stepping
talking
away
about?
from football.
Yeah.
I hope it's a few weeks.
Yeah, but he said. I mean, when I hear stepping away,
Yeah, it sounds like to me. It sounds like it's probably going to be the rest of the year.
it sounds like retirement. It sounds like Andrew Luck stepping away. Anyway, he's gone. Russell Gage got 0 points, 0 catches yesterday. So I am heated. Don't text one. At New Orleans without Jameis Winston. I'm gonna make. I'm wrong. I did that. I more than I think about it now. I'm wrong. Atlanta -1.5.
I was just thinking I might be wrong, but I didn't know Jameis tore his ACL, but I knew he definitely wasn't going to be playing this week. Trevor Siemian, I don't know. I just kept coming back to Atlanta's just flat out bad. New Orleans -1.5.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
I put Atlanta 1.5 too.
Oh,
So, but I kind of was with the thinking of what Hawk was saying a little bit. I'm like, I don't really know because Trevor Siemian looked good. Could it just be a fluke? But it's tough. No Calvin
ahead,
Ridley.
tell
I
us.
mean,
New Orleans -5.5.
That's
Jesus
Minus
Christ,
5.5.
I'll take it. But
Oh
Jesus
my God.
Christ, dude. That could be a glizzy god. I thought Brian was going on.
no.
Tell us.
That's not right. That's not right. Anyway,
You weren't right.
Vegas.
Read the fucking room, Jack.
Vegas at the Giants. Giants play tonight. I mean, unless the Giants show the fuck out tonight, which, all right. I got Vegas -1.5 because I don't think Vegas is good.
Really?
And Vegas is
Wow.
on the road.
The #1 seed in the NFC West right now.
This is what I'm saying.
Addition by subtraction by losing John Gruden.
-1.5.
I'm assuming the Giants are probably going to get the doors blown off of them. Like, if the Chiefs are actually the Chiefs and they're not just having the year from hell, you assume they blow the doors off of the Giants tonight on Monday Night Football, which goes on in about a half hour.
Yeah.
And if that happens, I got the line being Vegas by 8.5.
Oh, my Lord.
I have Vegas at 5.5.
Dude,
All
Josh
right.
Jacobs will eat them up, dude.
Well, tell us, Jack.
Las Vegas, 3.5.
Oh, man.
So who gets that one?
Me.
I don't think you do.
1.5. What'd you have?
Yeah, I had 5.5. He's right.
See, sometimes you just got to.
That's crazy.
All right, next game. New England
Put a little
Patriots.
asterisk there.
New England Patriots. They beat the Chargers. That was disgusting. It was nauseating. They did beat the Chargers, right?
Yep, they beat the Chargers.
Yeah,
27-24.
okay. You're giving me a look. I didn't fucking like that.
No. him.
All right. At Carolina, who also won, but Carolina is like kind of not good at football anymore. Christian McCaffrey's still not there. When New England plays this type of defense, I feel like, they can beat a lot of teams, which is weird. Also, revenge game for Stephen Gilmore. So I'm going to go -2.5 for the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Christian McCaffrey isn't playing football for the Panthers of Carolina, I'm not going to have it near a field goal. I got New England -5.5 on the road.
I have New England -2.5.
New England -3.
Ooh.
Brian gets it.
Whoa.
we both had
I
2.5.
too. Don't disrespect me. Here we go.
All right.
Buffalo at Jacksonville. Jacksonville's like not good at football either. Buffalo's pretty good. Buffalo's got a little like fine tuning to do before the playoffs. I probably went too low, 7.5.
I think you went way too low. Jacksonville is not like, as long as Urban
On-
Meyer's coaching there, they're not playing great football. I got Buffalo by 16.5 points.
Okay, on the road.
On the road.
Tough. Go ahead.
I have Buffalo -10.
You might be closer. Go ahead.
Buffalo -14.
Wow.
I think I had 14 and then I changed it.
Last 1 o'clock game, the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins cannot play on primetime. At the Baltimore Ravens, coming off a bye. I would say this is my most outlandish spread. I went Baltimore -8.
Yeah, I'd say that's a little crazy. Honestly, I don't think you're too far off. Because I probably in my head had this around 5.5, 6, but then, like we said, Vegas I have this thing where Vegas respects Minnesota too much, so I went Baltimore -2.5.
All right, before we hear Brian's, I just want to say that if Cooper Rush beats you on Sunday Night Football when you need to win, all right, like that's where I'm at.
I actually do have Baltimore 5.5.
It's 5.5,
8.
8, 2.5. Baltimore -5. Brian.
All right.
Let's get a score check. It's 3-3-5. Alcino has a 2-point lead.
That 2-pointer mattered. All right, here we go. Where
Chargers.
am I? Chargers. First 4 o'clock game. Chargers got beat by the Patriots. Philadelphia absolutely mopped. Absolutely destroyed the Lions. Destroyed them so bad that they're taking off this week. I got the Chargers -5.
Putting in that PTO.
That was
Nah, I think Philly sucks still. I mean, they beat the Lions. Great. I mean, all right. You beat up the team, the only team that hasn't won a game.
the defeated team.
Yet. -9.5. Chargers on the road.
Oh my god, I feel like that's high.
I feel like that's way too high, or maybe I went way too low because I only have the Chargers at -2.5.
So 5, 2.5.
You know what it is? And here's my thinking. I feel like more often than not, these Chargers games, it always ends up,
They play close
fourth
games.
quarter. Yeah, every
But so
time.
does Philly. Philly doesn't ever want to win a game. They just want to hang around.
When
Yeah.
the Chargers play bad defenses, it's not necessarily a close game. But they just played New England. New England's been above average.
Yeah, but
defense
if
all year.
Chargers want to take the next step, they have to beat good defenses.
Right, but this Philadelphia
Oh
defense
no,
isn't
you're
a
right.
good defense.
You're right. Well, what do we got? The road thing scares me.
Superchargers 2.5.
That's on the head.
Let's go.
It's on the head. All right,
5 to 3.
Jim, you got to hit this one on the head. And this one was the hardest spread of the week.
I don't
this
know what
one
to
was
do with this one,
difficult.
honestly.
This one was fucked up. Anyway, Green Bay Packers heading to Kansas City. Kansas City plays tonight. All right. I don't even know what to say. I'm nervous about it. Just do this. Who do you have as the favorite?
Kansas City.
Who do you have as the favorite?
Green Bay.
I also have
Yeah.
Green Bay as the favorite.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Fucked up. Green Bay -1.5.
All right, so I mean, this is a classic example of when you were in middle school, high school, to use the test to take the test. If I used my logic,
Okay, go ahead.
if I used my logic for the Vegas Giants line that Kansas City was going to blow the doors off of Big Blue tonight, I have to use the same logic picking this game. So if they blow the doors, because Green Bay looked pretty damn good too against Arizona, defeated no more,
Without Devontae Adams.
defeated by 1, make him the shirt.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, that's right.
Defeated
Oh
by
my
1.
God, I forgot.
forgot.
about that.
Fuck, I gotta write it down.
Defeated by
I gotta do
1.
it.
Let's
I
go.
gotta-
So
Print the shirts.
like I was saying, if Kansas City blows the doors off of the Giants tonight, like I think they will, I think this is going to be close, but Kansas City by 2.5.
All right. I don't hate it because they're the road team. If you said something like 7, I'd be like, dude, shut up.
No. We agreed weeks ago they couldn't be a touchdown favorite.
The
anymore.
thinking behind this was kind of what you guys touched on a bit. I figured they just beat Arizona last week without Devontae Adams. I think that's huge. I think it says something. I took Green Bay at 4.5.
That might be a lot.
Well, yeah, it might be, but it's like you said. I didn't really know where to go with this.
Insanely, if the spread is -4 for either person, I'm probably glizzy in the other guy. So that's where I'm at. But go ahead.
All right.
Kansas City 2.5. Bang, bang, that's 2, baby.
Wow.
It's 5, 5.
Wow,
5.
dude. Oh my God.
All right. So it's 5 with 3 to play. This is uncomfortable.
Anything
because
could happen.
I don't feel like I did good on these last 3. So. All right.
I feel pretty damn good about it.
Sayonara for me. Here we go. Arizona Cardinals go to San Francisco 49ers. These road favorites are fucking freaking me out. That's the problem. Arizona -6.
Oh, you fucking dirty little boy. You're a dirty little boy. I got Arizona -6.5.
I got Arizona -5.5.
Oh,
Woo!
Oh, Alessino cannot score 1. He can only get 2.
I can only get 2.
Arizona 2.5. Oh, Brian gets the 1.
No, that's not enough. Spam Arizona. Coming off a loss?
And no JJ Watt.
And they beat him the first time in the beginning of the year, 17-10.
Oh my God. All right. Tennessee at Rams. No Derrick Henry. Rams add Von Miller. Don't know how much he's going to be in the game. Rams -8.
I thought more about Derrick Henry not being in this game than I thought about the addition to Von Miller when I was thinking about the spread. But unless they're playing now, Tennessee would be a legitimate contender with Derrick Henry, but without they are not.
Oh, yeah.
And unless the Rams are playing a legitimate contender, I won't go under 10. So Rams -10.
I went way too low. I actually went Rams -6.5.
I don't hate 10. That's probably too low. I think I'm too low.
You'd have to go back to, I believe, week 2 for them to be a single digit spread.
Well, maybe it is.
Rams 7.5.
Oh, that's 8, baby. That's so right there.
Damn.
Give me that absolute point. So,
Brian and Alessino tied at 6.
so if you get this game not on the head, we're all tied. Jack, you got to pick a game to go, and we got to do the over/under.
We got to pick the Knicks game tonight.
No, we can't.
it
It can't be
started
tonight. We gotta determine the winner right now. We gotta pick the over/under.
Oh,
And I know the over/under the Knicks game because I bet it, so we
I was just going to say.
we can't do that. Anyway, here we go. Monday Night Football. Here we go. Justin Fields after his breakout performance versus the Pittsburgh Steelers and old Big Ben.
I
Who's
haven't felt this nervous about a podcast in a while.
Really?
This is a big moment.
Big Ben is as
I'm
old
locked
as,
in, honestly.
Oh, you're
I'm locked in. I'm
all
ready
right.
to-
All right.
Hopefully
so
I'm right.
Let's
I
do it
hope
this
we
way.
all have the same numbers, so
Does-
no one wins.
Does any? Well, me and Brian win. You just lose. You're not even involved in the fucking over under, dude.
Just lose.
You're not even involved in the. You're not even involved in the over under. If you don't get this one. So
Oh man.
Monday Night Football. Does anybody have Chicago as the favorite?
No.
No.
All right, good. All right, so we're all right. I'm just gonna say Pittsburgh. I went too low, -5.5.
Oh, I definitely went too low. If you think that's low.
I don't think that's too low.
Okay.
I went Pittsburgh -3.5.
Go ahead.
I went Pittsburgh -1.5.
There's no way I didn't win. I feel pretty confident that I won this thing.
Jack, what is
I
it?
feel like I just hit a hole in one on you, dude. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna.
I
Go
hope
ahead.
it's 2.
I'm gonna
Go ahead. What is it? 3. You got 3.5. You got 1.5. I got 5.5. I feel like I won. Go ahead.
6.5.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
my
go. I knew it. I knew
goodness.
we were taking it.
Bang,
Is something
bang.
gonna fall on me? I knew it. As soon as I heard your numbers, I won. I knew it.
That's a Alessino 7, Brian 6, Jim 5. I'm gonna pick last in fantasy.
We
for
need
the
to
first
take a
time.
break.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Drop the OY and focus on you this October with Stay Thirsty Co's Droptober. That's right. Every week in the month of October, brand new drops. On top of this, the promo code HAVOC, HAVOC, is going to get you 15% off of your total order. That's staythirstyco.com. Droptober, new drops every week the month of October. It's going to be sick. You want to get it first. Promo code's HAVOC. All right, what's up? We're back. Took a quick break so Jack could get himself a beverage. And it's time for the Fantasy Football Fringe Player Snake Draft. This week, well, I guess before we get into anything that has to do with this week, Jack, give us the review. Don't do that.
He didn't know that we were gonna do this. We don't do this every single week, but here we go.
All right, so here's the review for last week. And finishing a hot first with a total of 65 points.
2 weeks.
Tannehill carrying
Hold
into
on.
that.
When you speak of me, speak of me correct. 2-time defending champ at this point.
2-time defending champ at this point. Anthony Alessino currently has 65 and has won this week. Tannehill carrying his ass to the W. I finished in second with 61. Carson Wentz helping me get there. Brian did a good job. Got a lot of rounded out players, all around players. Finished with 42. And James finishing last with 3 zeros on the board.
Jeez.
Well, Alan Lazard, who else?
Mo Alley Cox
that's
and
right.
Russell Gage.
Morley Cox and
Well,
Russell.
the other 2 played.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the other 2 played. Alan Lazard was not vaccinated. So just because he was near them, he was guaranteed
Yeah.
not to go.
It's wild.
That's
Adams had a chance of coming back, and he's the one who actually had the COVID encounter.
The COVID.
the COVID encounter. Whatever.
But
All right.
Lazard was a
That is
close
tough.
contact.
2 weeks
What
in a
do you do?
row. Use me for your French plays. Go ahead, Jim.
So the draft order this week is going to be Alessino, then Brian, then Jack, then your boy. The quarterback pool this week is Mike fucking White, Justin Fields, Jimmy Garoppolo, Davis Mills, Sam Darnold, Ben Roethlisberger, Mac Jones, Matt Ryan, Baker Mayfield, and Trevor Siemian. Alessino, you're on the clock.
Give me Trevor Siemian.
Ooh, first backup off the board.
Give me. Oh man, these are tough. You know what? Give me Mac Jones.
Mac Jones against Carolina. Totally 180 on Carolina.
Yeah, we've officially parted ways with Carolina. I will not deal with the bullshit anymore. I dropped Arnold in fantasy. I'm probably dropping Robbie Anderson this week. I'm divorcing completely from the team. Give me Mac Jones. Hopefully he'll throw 2 or 3 touchdowns, and we will benefit on the Panthers being bad for once instead of them being good.
So we do have a big dick fringe play of the week, and I'm going to take Mike White.
You bastard.
I didn't think it'd be this early in the podcast, but
Oh, there's plenty more big dick things to go on.
It's still
All
a
right.
small room, dude.
yeah.
There's only so much space. And you're wearing shorts.
Right. Hey, fucking have some respect.
You're wearing above the knee shorts.
Go ahead.
You know, I was thinking about Mike White,
I know
but
you were, dude. You were taking him.
I was considering it. I'm considering doing something else stupid right
Baker
now.
Mayfield?
No,
That's
not
who I was
Baker
gonna take.
Mayfield. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do it, bro. Give me Davis Mills.
Spicy.
Running back player pool: Michael Carter, Mike Davis, Chase Edmonds, Boston Scott, Rex Burkhead, Zach Moss, A.J. Dillon, Kenyon Drake, Carlos Hyde, or Tony Pollard. I'm up first.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Michael Carter, New York Jets.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm gonna take Carlos Hyde.
It's me. Sorry, I thought it was you. I will take Chase Edmonds.
I'm gonna take Boston Scott. I'm in it to win it. Don't laugh.
It was really
And-
more laughing at the
It's the
Gainwell.
Ken
Yeah.
Gainwell shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I'm gonna take.
You wanted this man to fucking leave the game early on yesterday.
Well, whatever. And
Can't beat him, join him, right?
Zach Moss. Well on my way to another win this week. If AJ Dillon doesn't go, I'm gonna be tight. Someone should take AJ Dillon.
You
You're
should
up,
shut
Brian.
your mouth unless you're making your own picks.
This guy. Now you know who this guy wants.
I was looking at AJ Dillon. I was actually debating between him and one other person.
Well, you don't. You could just tell us because you're up.
No, I know. I'm still debating myself. Sorry, Hawk. Give me AJ Dillon. It was between him and Drake, and I just don't know. Drake could get on and get a touchdown, but
Nah.
until I
AJ.
see more.
Versus the Chiefs, give me AJ. You're up, and I could have taken him, but I didn't.
I'll take Mike Davis.
Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard's good too.
Tony
Yeah.
Pollard.
That's fine.
Even as a backup, he'll still get 7 or 8 points.
They have at least 2 games where they both have 100 rushing yards.
100%.
Yeah. I have them both on one team. They get
100% for an 8th pick. That's fine.
Wide receiver pool: Tyler Boyd, Devontae Parker, Jamison Crowder, Tre'Quan Smith, Darnell Mooney, Brandon Ayuk, Jarvis Landry, Jacoby Myers, Marvin Jones Jr., Marquez Callaway. And I'm going to take Jamison Crowder.
I'm gonna take Devontae Parker.
Give me Marvin Jones Jr.
Give me Jarvis Landry. Wait.
That's right.
I won't do it to myself. I won't. Give me Tyler Boyd.
Give me Jacoby Myers on the off chance that he catches a touchdown from Mac Jones, and we can double. up a
Very
little
off
bit
chance.
there.
He has one in his entire career.
Yeah. Let's make it 2.
Crazy, right?
Let's make it 2.
He's not that bad.
Well, he's almost 1,000-yard receiver last year with no touchdowns. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
That's the Cam Newton effect.
I'll take Darnell Mooney, my boy, Moonshot Mooney. It's pretty sick nickname. isn't it?
Moonshot Mooney.
Did you come up with that?
That was good, Jack.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You came up with
I
that.
fucking told Will that. I came up with that on the spot, and I told him that one day. Now
Oh.
he's been calling him Moonshot Mooney ever since.
We got to get this guy T-shirt.
Yeah, dude. Moonshot Mooney.
Moonshot
Defeated by 1.
Mooney,
Just
dude.
start calling him.
We could put a picture of.
Merchman Jack.
Moonshot Mooney, dude. Please pick.
Moonshot.
Yo, what if we put a silhouette picture of Darnell Mooney running down the sideline with the moon above him and the light coming
Oh
down? We'll
my
call him Moonshot
God.
Mooney. Running around with his hands out. We'll have the football coming down.
Oh my god.
Someone draw
Print the
it up.
shirts.
Someone draw it up. I'm gonna take Tre'Quan Smith.
Oh,
2 touchdowns.
not that. Not that.
Oh,
This
Moonshot
guy's like the most wild. Every time he opens his mouth, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, I've never been like that on the show. Like, I've never felt like, oh shit, what is he gonna say? Like, please go to tight ends.
Tight ends: Dan Arnold, Pat Fryermuth, Tyler Conklin, Zach Ertz, Jack Doyle, Jared Cook, Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, Jordan Atkins, Tyler Croft.
No difficult names this week.
No, well, I'm tempted to go with Zach Ertz, but I'm gonna go Pat Fryermuth.
Good job.
Thanks.
I was praying he fell to me, but it wasn't gonna happen. Praying is a strong word. I was just hoping.
I'm gonna take Jared Cook.
I'm gonna.
I don't pray, dude.
I'm actually gonna take Zach Ertz. Hopefully, he can get in the end zone at least once.
Yeah, you guys left me fucking slim pickings over here.
Go ahead, do it. You already know you want to.
I'm not taking Johnny, dude.
Then take the other one.
And it's
The
either
one you didn't want to trade for.
It's one of the two white guys. So Tyler Conklin or
There's 3 white guys. There's
What?
4 white guys.
well, it's one of these two white guys. Conklin or Hunter Henry.
Tyler Croft's a touchdown vulture, dude.
Yeah, but I already have Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Croft's a Jet.
What?
He's been a Jet for 2 seasons.
Then I'm definitely not taking him.
He caught a touchdown on Sunday.
No.
I thought it was a Bengal.
I thought it was a Bengal
I'm gonna
too.
be
Yeah,
honest
yeah,
with you.
get the fuck out of here.
Jets signed him
I
last
thought it was a
year.
Bengal.
All right, so we got this matchup, and we got where? Yeah, give me Hunter.
This guy loves the Patriots tight ends.
Whatever. What are you gonna do?
Two-time
This time
defending
next,
champ.
yeah, this time next week he'll be calling me Trace time. So
Two-time defending champ. Talk us out of the segment.
back to back to back. Talk us out. All
You
right,
want to review the teams?
sure, Jack.
Yeah.
Review the teams. Review 'em.
And is going to go with Trevor Siemian, Boston Scott, Zach Moss, Jarvis Landry, Tyler Boyd, and Hunter Henry.
Sounds so good.
It does. Brian's going to go with Mac Jones, Chase Edmonds, A.J. Dillon, Marvin Jones Jr., Jacoby Myers, and Zach Ertz.
Sounds great. Besides Jacoby Myers, he's got the better team.
James,
You gotta take a chance.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry
You're
to
good.
interrupt
You're
you,
good.
Jack.
No,
Go
The
ahead.
side eye.
The floor is yours, dude.
My bad. That's my bad.
I'm gonna interrupt you in the next 5 names.
I won't interrupt you ever again.
James has got Davis Mills, Michael Carter, Tony Pollard, Jamison Crowder, Traquan Smith, and Pat Fryermuth. And I myself, Jack, have Mike White, Carlos Hyde, Mike Davis, Devontae Parker, Moonshot Mooney, and Jared Cook.
That's the worst team by far.
that is the worst team by far. Even with the absolute electric Mike White.
Mike fucking White, dude.
And
that's
that was
Mike
the big dick
fucking
swing
White.
of the week.
Yeah, that was the. All right. Well, hey, we're gonna see what happens, but I'm willing to bet that that's not gonna be the winning team. I'm willing to bet that that's not
Put
it.
your money where your mouth is, dude.
What do you want to? You want to jack?
How much you want to
This
go?
is a gambling.
However much you want to go, dude.
No, I
I'll
didn't
go.
say however much. I said how much.
However much you want.
However much I want. You want to put $5?
Sure.
$5.
$5 I
spender.
win. $5
Big
you
head to
win.
head. These two
Sure,
head to head.
That's fine.
Push
Deal.
if they win.
No.
Oh,
it's
no,
not.
no,
It's
no.
not.
Head to head.
Just-
Head to head?
Yeah, head
You
to
lost
head.
Saturday.
Head to head, I win or you win $5.
$5. That's fine.
$5. Have your $5 on Monday, both of you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you got it on you right now. We're gonna keep it in the studio.
you want to put it in
We're gonna put it
escrow?
in the draw, dude.
My wallet is upstairs.
Yeah, we're all.
Yeah. See, that's what they all say. Dude.
Yes.
See.
You want to check my pockets?
It's
Am I
fucking.
above
It's
these shorts?
2021. Dude, no one carries cash.
This guy does.
Yeah, clearly.
He's got his 5 up. I'm gonna leave it right here in the special place where the special money goes.
Well, that's where the special money goes, dude. That's where the winning money goes.
So make
We're
sure you
gonna-
put Jack's money somewhere else.
We're gonna take it. Yeah, but leave that shit upstairs. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna do.
No.
We're gonna do the TOD.
Yeah,
all right, we are.
Yeah, I wasn't talking to you.
I know you are, but this guy's out of control. All right,
All
we're gonna
right.
take a break.
All right, what's up, guys? As everyone knows, this season we are on YouTube. Last season we weren't, and I got to be honest with you, we were dressing like shit a little bit, you know? We weren't worried about what people saw. We were wearing pajamas. We had Anthony coming in wearing whatever sweats he wore to work that day. Half the time I'd roll out of bed and show up to the studio. But now the people are going to see us, and we got to look fresh. We want that fine Italian fucking material. That's right, we're talking Saatchi di Dinero, streetwear brand from Long Island, New York. The gear is fire. It looks good. Right now, I got the M5 Motivated Money Making Monday morning hoodie on, okay? You're going to be able to get this and so much more at SachiDiDinero.com. Promo code HAVOC is going to save you 10% off. That's SachiDiDenero.com. HAVOC. Promo code HAVOC gets you 10% off. Always authentic, never counterfeit. Sachi Di Dinero. All right, and we're back. As always, best way to support the show is to support the sponsors. You support the sponsors, you're supporting the boys. It's time for the Tournament of Degenerates. Last week, I took a licking. I had a big 5-team parlay that I had Atlanta in there. I had the Chargers in there. I lost $300. I'm down to negative $900. We're going to turn it around this week. I'm going with the 4-team 6-point tees. Jets plus 16.5. New England plus 2.5. The Los Angeles Rams minus 1.5. And the Baltimore Ravens plus 0.5. 300 to win 900. I'm going to parlay. This is where we're getting crazy.
Okay.
It's 3 legs. They're all overs. Over 46.5 on the Jets.
Go ahead.
Shout out, Ant. Over 46.5 on the Jets Colts game. Over 41 on the New England Carolina game. Over 50 on the Chargers Philadelphia game. That's 100 to win 600. I've also got 100 on the Houston money line plus 265.
Give me that. It's disgusting. Here we go. Not yours, mine. I'm up 126 after my loss last week. I only had one bet. It was a parlay. Didn't hit. It is what it is. We're down to 126. We're going to move on. We're going for it all this week. I spent the first half of the season kind of understanding the landscape of the NFL, and now I'm going to start hammering. So we have $1,000 to spend. I spent it all this week. I'm going to bet 500 to win 675. It is a parlay. I know what you're thinking. Parlay, dude, for $500. It's a 2-teamer. And it's straight. Chargers outright, Saints outright. That's it. I like it. Now we did another $500, right? And this one's going to be a tease, a 6.5-point tease, but I'll tell you the number, so it's fine. To win 850. It's going to be the Jets plus 16.5. It's going to be the Saints even, and it's going to be the Rams minus 1.5. So the Saints, obviously, I'm betting tremendous on.
It's a lot of money on the shoulders of Trevor.
I just think he's been there before, Semyon. Like you said, Sean Payton knows what it's like to have a backup quarterback. Without Ridley, if Russell Gage isn't going to catch a pass last week, I mean, come on, guy. Like, I don't feel like they're in a position. I think the Saints' defense is good enough to shut down a good team, nonetheless, the Falcons. So that's where I'm at with that. I feel pretty good. I am betting a lot, but it's time to scared money don't make the money.
I hear you. It's a lot of money on Trevor Siemian.
Oh, we'll see what happens.
So last week I put in 3-team parlay and Washington money line. I did not hit on either, so went down 200. I'm at 657 right now. So for this week I have another 3-team parlay. I got Ravens at 5.5, minus 5.5, Browns at plus 2.5, and the Chargers at minus 2.5. 100 to win 620. This one is kind of a reach. Probably should have been my Glizzy, but why not just putting the money on the money line anyway? I'm going with San Francisco. I don't know if it's likely that they beat the Cardinals, but maybe if George Kittle comes back, it opens up the offense. First game ended 17-10, so it's not like Arizona
and
blew him out of the water.
I took 49ers as my Glizzy against Arizona. That was my first Glizzy loss.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, San Francisco's going to come out. For them to go 2-0, we're 0-2 rather, to Arizona division.
Yeah, you're right.
Not good. So
coming off of their first loss, coming off of the J.J. Watt injury.
Yeah.
Once they see what it's like to lose, once teams see what it's like to lose when they're undefeated, sometimes it does spiral out of control. We saw that with the Steelers. Obviously, Arizona's better than what the Steelers were when they undefeated. We knew that was fake. They're like semi-real, in my opinion.
If Cliff Kingsbury is what we believe him to be, and that's one of the worst coaches in the NFL, they're due for a slide.
Yeah.
If he is,
they don't win this division.
If he's the coach I believe him to be,
listen, book it. They don't win this division.
I agree. If he's the coach I believe him to be, they might not even get in.
No, they'll get in.
You're talking a 6 or a 7 seed.
Yeah, they'll get in, but they're not going to win the division. All right, what do you got, Jack?
So I'm up this week. I got 771. Lost out on the Minnesota Vikings. Could have foreseen that. This week we got the Green Bay money line, 100 for 125. We got the Browns money line, 100 for 125. Now, are you ready? Are you guys ready for our big dick parlay of the week?
Mm-hmm.
We got the Browns, Falcons, and Chargers money line.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
You fucking went against the Saints, you scumbag. Go ahead. Go.
I didn't even hear what you said because you just said that, and I just brought. Brian's face was incredible.
All right, go ahead. So Browns.
Start that over.
Our big dick parlay. Browns, Falcons, Chargers. All money lines, 100 to win, $1,111.
Wow, pretty. That's a pretty number.
We got total risk this week of 300, total win 130. No, 1,361.
Beautiful. Nicely done, Jack.
Pancake Willie made it. He was all over the place. He had a couple of parlays. They all lost. He lost another $400. He's down to negative $1,000.
It's tough. It's a tough year for Pancake Louie. We're gonna go to the Glizzy gods now, real quick, and I just want to say last week, I would say I apologize to everybody. I would say I apologize for giving such a bad play, but I don't feel like that.
Yeah,
I feel
no,
I feel like the Lions should apologize to me.
Matter of fact, I feel the exact opposite of that. I not only do I feel like I owe anyone an apology. Look at the numbers: 19 and 5. 19 out of 26 times I gave you the right pick. What I say about this Lions
Less
game,
about you and more about the Lions.
what I say about this Lion game is, the fuck are you gonna do? The reason I picked the Lions is they gave the Rams almost all that they could handle the following week. They've competed in almost every game they've been in, and Philly tends to play down to their opponents. Maybe it's a tip of the cap to Philly. Maybe Detroit really is just way worse than we think they are. Now, here's the thing. You say they lost a lot of games on last-second field goals. That's the NFL, dude. A lot of middling to bad teams lose half of their games on 3 points or less. That's the difference between a good team and a bad team.
Here's what I'm going to say. Boston's got 2 touchdowns. Jordan Howard, 2 touchdowns. Stop it. Stop it. Jordan Howard isn't even relevant in football. Stop it. You could search on fantasy football, any league you're in, ESPN, Yahoo, any league you're in. You could look up running backs, and you could scroll down that fucking list, and you won't see Jordan's name. You have to go very, very far. And that man had 2 touchdowns? Okay. Dan Campbell talks about putting in effort. Didn't see it. Didn't feel it. Didn't love it. Didn't like it. Hated it. Knew it was over from Jump Street. So we're going to kick past that. You had the Lions. I had the Lions. You had the Lions. Who did you have?
I'm going to say defeated by 1. I'm going to say that the greatness of Aaron Rodgers.
He had
is
the
gonna
Packers.
discount.
So you did it.
He
You
got the
covered. Right.
Packers.
So that was your T-shirt. So
Packers were my second favorite play, but I
Oh,
ultimately...
come on.
No, they were. They were
you
my
didn't-
second favorite
Listen,
play, but
I'm
I
going to back Jack
ultimately-
up. You can't say that, though.
No, I'm not. I picked the Lions. We took the loss. I did like the Packers.
Whatever.
Good-
Let's get
good
into
pick.
this week. These headphones are freaking out. Go ahead. Let's go into this week.
We said not a lot of great choices.
My bad.
Not a lot of things that we felt great about.
All right. Go ahead. What do you got?
I went with a really crazy one.
Me too.
Really outside of the
Me
box.
too.
And I'm just betting on the team they're playing. It's just not. They're ready to roll over.
Okay. Stop. You went with the
The
Texans?
Houston Texans.
That's weird. I
I thought about that.
I didn't go with that. Don't hate it. Don't hate it.
They're +7.
Should I,
think they can win this game outright.
Yeah.
I think
I don't hate
think the Dolphins are, especially if the trade for Deshaun Watson does come, then you're talking about Tua's probably involved in the package, which means who's playing quarterback for them? Who's their current backup? Who's the sitting backup?
Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett. Way worse, I think.
Oh well,
And the other thing I'll say about the Dolphins, after you watched the Jaguars game this past week, does that make every little bit of Tua's best game of his career, the 320 yards and the 3 touchdowns, that much more fraudulent? Because he did it against Jacksonville? After what I saw last week, I don't even buy that game from Tua.
Yeah, Tua is not looking so franchise-esque.
But if that trade does happen, Tua's out of town. Deshaun's not going to play.
I like Jacoby. I don't I like Jacoby.
I think Houston can win this game. That's all I'll say.
All right. I do something? All right, I'll just do it. I'll just get it out of the way. I'm taking the Jets. I'm taking the Jets.
Nice.
I like that. I like it.
I'm taking the Jets. Here's why. You heard what they said about White and the coaching staff, right? You heard that. And you heard what the players were saying, right? What they say after the game. That's just Mike White, baby. Right? Like that's who that is.
It's Mike F. and White.
Yeah.
He's a savage. He's a dog. He's a man. That's what Pi
and
Johnson
you
said.
know, you're gonna say that, and then you're gonna go out and win a game. And Michael Carter's looked the best he's looked all year. And whether that's because of Mike White or not, he looked the best he's looked all year. And because those things happened, and because it was a good team, and the Colts, I mean, they played out to their competition too. And you know, to me, this is a trap game for the Colts. And on a short week, I think they could ride this momentum. So a lot of times short week is like a bad thing. And I think for the Jets right now,
Tell you right now, Bryce Hall plays the way he played on Jamar Chase, on Michael Pittman and company, and the boys can get after him. And here's another.
T.Y. Hilton isn't blowing the roof off.
I forgot to.
anybody,
Well,
dude.
he's
I don't
out with
think
the
he's playing
concussion.
anyway.
Out with the concussion.
So that's even worse. Pascal isn't
Um,
isn't blowing the roof off.
Forgot to bring this up too. Jared Davis first game from getting hurt. C.J. Mosley was back in after the week before when he's not in. If Carl Lawson never got hurt, and this defense, this team could be like an actually. Now they're not going to compete for a playoff spot, but they would not be the joke that they are today if Carl Lawson never got hurt.
I just feel like Mike White is probably sitting there at this point and saying, "Wow, I got my shot. Never thought I'd get it. I seized it." Thursday is his entire, in my opinion, and I know it sounds crazy, it's his entire career on the line.
He's waited 4 years to get it.
And if he comes through and can, they don't even have to handily beat him. If he beats the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis on a short week, I'm taking him. And I'll tell you this, from a teaser perspective, where I took the Jets in the teaser, I can't fathom the Jets getting blown out. I think there's just too much momentum like in their favor right now that I don't think they could lose by 3 touchdowns. I just don't think.
All right, so you're not going to be very happy. I actually, for my glizzy, I went with the Falcons this week.
Almost did that too.
Yeah. I know Calvin Ridley's out, but you know what? I feel like if Cordell Patterson and Kyle Pitts comes into what he's been slowly forming into, I think they give it a run for money. If it winds up being a shootout, I think Trevor Siemian, as Hawk has kind of alluded to, comes back down to earth a little bit. And I think this game's a little bit closer than maybe some people think. You know, if the defense can keep stopping Matt Ryan, that's fine. If Trevor Siemian shows up and looks like shit.
Yeah. I mean, you know where I stand on it.
I mean, I know you're throwing all the money at the Saints, but are we surprised if this game winds up being like, you know, I don't know, a 17-10,
Yeah.
a 14-17?
If this is a dogfight at or around 30 total points, that probably means that the Falcons took the fight out of Trevor Siemian. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
if it's a low-scoring game like that, I think the Falcons have just as good a shot as anybody to win. You know, any given Sunday. Both teams inside of a dome, so you don't have to worry about that. Right? So no matter they're both dome teams inside of a dome.
Saints are home, right?
Yes.
So, what do you got, Jack?
Well, you know, when I was doing the spreads today, I was looking at the spreads, and obviously, just like you guys made your picks, I wasn't feeling great. And I had 2 people in mind, and you know what? I think I have to call an audible this week, because the more I hear it, I got to get behind it. I'm going with the Jets. Jets can be my glizzy.
The first ever fucking sell job done during you know what? Every time you think we've run out of firsts, we have another, dude. It's the first time someone's been sold by a fucking pitch mid-segment to change their own pick. So good for you, dude. You're going to wind up going down in the House of Havoc Hall of Fame one day.
One day, I'm going to be up in those rafters. Remember that. Just remember
right
that.
up there with.
Oh, well, if you hit some
Listen,
big
bro, the way we're
parlays.
flying through producers at this rate, you could be an afterthought by next year. Right?
So, the Jets. All right.
Big dicks.
Basically for every reason that I had.
Practically. The momentum you could get from a backup quarterback coming in and winning a close game that they just played, there's just so much momentum to the point where why wouldn't they go out and try and either blow the doors off the Colts?
I just feel like
go.
we talked about it. Jets take the lead. He's 10 of 10 passing, right? Everybody in that room, me and you included, said, all right, it's 35-7 now. Waiting for it.
He threw the 2 picks, and they still hung around.
I'm saying, and then he came back with these really nice throws, and I'm like, damn, he's hanging around this guy. Like, what's going on?
Catches a 2-point conversion.
Yeah,
you know what? Fucking the NFL has to do something about this bullshit. Keelan Cole should not have been robbed of that touchdown. The Jets should not have been robbed of that highlight. This guy could be the best play the Jets see all year. That's the best offensive play you've seen from the Jets in 4 or 5 years.
It's definitely the best play.
And that's a touchdown, dude. Do you guys not?
No,
I
thought it was a
100% agree that was a touchdown.
His whole body landed in bounds. He bounced off of the ground, landed back on the ground, and the ball moved maybe 2 inches. He didn't trap it. He didn't bobble it.
No,
He didn't.
that's a catch. It's a catch.
Between that and then the play that very well won the Jets the game, Ty Johnson. What Ty Johnson did, you know the play I'm talking about, the flag. They're getting killed, the refs in the NFL for the.
I didn't see that play.
It was the helmet to helmet. It was third and 11 maybe. They threw a swing pass to Ty Johnson, right around the marker. Mike Hilton lowers his head to make the tackle, and as Mike Hilton's head's already lowered, he went purposely lower to avoid any contact with the face. Ty Johnson did the NFL equivalent of the fucking James Harden stick the leg out, the Jason Kidd leg out on the 3. Ty Johnson lowered his head into Mike Hilton's head, and they fucking called helmet to helmet on Mike Hilton. First down, game's over.
Yeah, game over.
That would have been a stop. The Bengals probably get the ball back.
I mean, yeah. Sports have an issue now with all sports, with the referees and the umpires and stuff like
Well,
that.
here's the thing, too. Like, with everything that's reviewed in the NFL today and in sports in general, the helmet-to-helmet call should be coming from New York. They should be coming. Because it's not a play that you can... It happens so quick. It's so bang, bang. Every time helmet hits helmet, they're throwing the flag now. It's like whenever people always talk about the spirit of the rule. You know, like, that's not the spirit of the rule. The spirit of the rule is when you're Brandon Merriweathering yourself or Deshaun Goldson, hands down, launching yourself off the ground, using the crown of your skull as a weapon to size somebody up. That's the spirit of the rule.
Yeah.
It's not you come down to make a good, clean tackle and helmets happen to touch. That's not what we're flagging people.
Yeah, but you
for.
got to remember, baseball's biggest problem.
There's a reason you have the helmet on.
Baseball's biggest problem is it's too slow, right? So you don't want to, like,
Yeah, but
the way football's played. If they stop the game every time there's a helmet to helmet, that's where it gets.
You don't have to, though, because that play happens. There's one guy in the booth whose job is just that. The same guy whose job is scores and turnovers, right? Same guy. Play happens. He has the replay, but right away, throw the flag. Stop the game. Like, it takes 2 seconds to be like, stop the game. I need to review this. Then you look, that's definitely a flag. Throw the flag 15 yards. It doesn't have to slow the game down. We're not talking about something that's like reviewing a touchdown where it could
like
take
when
a
they
few
made
minutes.
pass interference a thing, right? Like
The reviewable call, yeah.
right? I mean, we didn't see many.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those things where it was like, unless it's super evident, it's not getting overturned, and we haven't seen it. So it's like, it's a weird thing. It is. The rules are a weird thing, and the way the game shifted is just incredibly. I mean, we talked about it the other day, like Robbie Anderson's hit. Like in today's game, that hit on Robbie Anderson is a penalty every time. It wasn't a penalty. I don't know how it wasn't in today's game, but 10 years ago, that's just like a great hit. Like that's just like a hey, nice shot, do it again. Like it is what it is, What? You okay?
Yeah, doing great.
All right.
Never been better.
Go ahead, you can close this out.
Brian, you got anything?
No, all good.
All right. Well, that's our show then. As always, brought to you by House of Havoc Podcasting, Tiger Pack Productions, Sachi DiCanero, and Stay Thirsty Co. Peace out.